Okay, so is a ton of information that has come out over the last week, coming from the folks over at Bookbrush to GetCovers, and even one avenue I've really kind of only teased about, and that's Book Vault and how they pertain to KDP and KDP's Trustpilot score, which is absolutely abysmal. So we're going to be talking about all that in the self-publishing news for June 19th of 2023, so make sure you stay tuned. Let's just jump right on into it. I want to give a big shout out to our fine sponsors of Miblart. They are running a giveaway. You can enter for a chance to win an ebook and print book cover design package worth $150 when you visit dalelinks.com/giveaway. We will be drawing a winner live right here on this channel June 27th over on YouTube. So make sure that you're subscribed to me on YouTube, and then you'll be able to see the live broadcast. Actually, I'll be working with a book publicist on that specific day, and we're going to be drawing those winners together. But go on over to dalelinks.com/giveaway, and if you are one of those lucky winners, or that one lucky winner, you will also get a spotlight on a future video. Alrighty, let's move a little further forward here. Of course, I just briefly mentioned that I will be interviewing expert book publicist Jason Jones. He's actually been in the publicity business for over 20 years now, and he's going to be coming to the channel to answer some of your common questions, concerns, and all that type of stuff. So make sure you tune in, and you can also tune in to find out if you ended up winning the Miblart and GetCovers giveaway drawing. All right, this next one comes from the fine folks over at Bookbrush. They're actually putting together their very first virtual conference called BookmarCon. It is from August the 11th to the 13th. Welcome to the largest marketing-focused virtual event for authors in the publishing industry. Now, you can actually get a full schedule when you visit the link of bookbrush.com/bookmarcon, and you can take an additional $50 off when you use the coupon code. Bear with me here, I didn't have this in my notes like I should have. Dale50. So you can get $50 off your ticket with Dale50. Do not forget that one, so that way you save yourself a little bit of money. I will not be speaking on this conference. I've taken a break from doing virtual conferences and in-person conferences. But there are a lot of great speakers. Among those that I really, really do enjoy include my buddy Evan Gao, Michael Aron, Mark Leslie Lefebvre. There's so many great folks that are going to be pouring a lot of wisdom into this particular conference. So again, go check them out, and then use that coupon code Dale50 to get $50 off. All right, speaking of, I just mentioned Evan Gao from Story Origin. He actually pinged me in a recent email here and told me that he even gave me a text as well about creating a link collection landing page. Now, previously I've used a service called Linktree. Linktree will typically aggregate and collect all of your links that you want to send people to, and you get one link that you can share through, say, social media or your website or your email newsletter or something like that. It gets it to where when people click on that, they can see all these different things that you're looking to promote and advertise. This is fantastic. I've used it over on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and more. But now Story Origin actually has this available. In fact, he actually says, I've deployed a new link collections feature like Linktree that allows you to build a page showing a list of buttons and links. Combine this with the custom links feature, and boom, you've got a Linktree style page on your own site. So in the previous weeks, I've actually talked about how Story Origin more recently had launched a new feature to where you could essentially have your own author website. So if you've been cash strapped and all you can afford is, say, Story Origin, which runs about $10 per month, and it's cheaper when you get the annual plan, then this is probably one of the ways to go. And now you can actually do that link collection landing page, and you can even have that offered through your author page. So that's really, really cool. I am an affiliate for Story Origin, so please, if you do plan on grabbing a membership, go on over to dalelinks.com/Story Origin. As per usual, all of the links will be inside the show notes. All right, moving a little further forward, this actually comes from the fine folks over at GetCovers, the current sponsors here of this channel. Yes, GetCovers is related to the Miblart, but they actually put out a great piece about book publishing companies to avoid at all costs. Now, about a couple of weeks ago, I'd actually talked about some scary self-publishing companies, and I was like, look, I'm not going to say any names. I'm going to let GetCovers say it. They actually say some names, like some people you should watch out for. But let me go ahead and summarize something about, what you need to look out for. One, if it's too promising of an advertising. 2, offer to buy ISBN for you. 3, registration of your book copyright. 4, literary agents who insist on their services. 5, payment up front. 6, no reviews or examples of their work. And 7, vanity publishers. And they name some of these vanity publishers, and these ones actually do not have a good track record. I'm not going to speak on any one of those things. I've heard a lot of bad things about Archway Publishing and Ex Libris among these others that are on their list. I highly recommend take yourself a minute to go through and read this, 5-minute article here, and you get more details. This next piece right here is the one I'm most excited about. Actually, I got to speak with somebody over at a print-on-demand company. I don't want to call them new. They're new to me. But this print-on-demand company is based out of the UK called Book Vault, as in a bank vault, but instead it's a book vault. And I'm actually going to be launching that interview hopefully sooner than later with some more details. They're getting some distribution in US ironed out as we speak. So once that happens, I'll definitely let you guys and gals know about it. But over on Twitter, they actually tweeted out something that said Book Vault can be a perfect alternative to Amazon's KDP. Check out our latest blog post to see what sets us apart. To me, I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and take a look at it. I'm always eager to kind of read a little bit more. And they talk about all the things, like there's a limited print quality and binding options with the Amazon KDP. We all kind of know that. They got a pretty good, robust selection. I think 16 trim sizes and a couple of different print variations. And everything from black and white on cream and white paper. You've got full color, premium and standard color. But Book Vault has them trumped because they have perfect bound, case bound with cloth, wire O bound, saddle stitch, and spiral bound. And they have so many different types of cuts. This is the part that blew me away here. I scrolled down and I had the spit take on this one here. I'm sorry to laugh at this because I know some Amazon KDP folks actually do tune into this, the team over there. So I'm sorry, folks. If you're one of the support staff over there, I'm not laughing at you. Hopefully you're able to laugh along with this. But Trustpilot, they're a review site for different businesses and such. What will happen is people will go over there and place reviews for a particular company or service or brand or something else like that. And well, there actually is a number of listed reviews for Amazon KDP. And this particular one actually had the most reviews. It's listed as KDP Amazon. Now, keep in mind, Amazon didn't put this up. This was put up by somebody else, and probably based on the reviews, it's not so good. I feel like I need to do a deep dive on these reviews because the reviews of the 1 stars, it is an average star of 1.4 stars out of 231 total. Now, Trustpilot isn't all negative reviews, believe it or not. They actually do have some good reviews on here. But I'll tell you, the experiences that I read on here are just crazy. Tried to get answers 4 times, 1 star. Tried to get answers 4 times, was met with hi, then silence 4 times. On the 4th time, someone called TY as if called me nasty for asking questions. Don't employ little rude boys to do customer service. They use it as an excuse to be abusive to women. Screenshot available, but I don't see any screenshot here. This person definitely needs to get a little bit of pro writing aid in their life because their review is just riddled with mistakes. But the 1 stars just go on and on and on and on and on. And a lot of them have to do a lot with not having lack of options, as what Book Vault would point out. They have some customer support issues. They have account suspensions and terminations with no justification. There are some really wild ones in here that just, wow. So just go check it out. Again, link is going to be inside the description so you can go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and move forward here instead of me continuing to laugh about the Trustpilot KDP Amazon reviews. This next item comes from the fine folks over at Drafted Digital and Smashwords. Thousands of new readers will be looking for you in the 15th annual Smashwords Summer and Winter Sale from July 1st to the 31st. So if you have a book that you're distributing through Smashwords or through Drafted Digital to the Smashwords store, This is a great opportunity to mark your book down anywhere from 25, 50%, and 75% off, or even free. One thing to note, the discount levels you set for the sale are for the Smashwords store only and will not impact your retail prices at other stores. So don't get all freaked out. I'm going to say this is one of the reasons why I've always loved Smashwords since day one. They always have these promotional opportunities. I recommend you take advantage of those ones because I've done next to no promoting sometimes for some of these deals and I've gotten organic sales. Love it. Love me some. So you can always take a look at my store for all of the sales. I have marked all of my books 75% off going into July. So if you don't want that link, by the way, just go over to Smashwords and look up Dale L. Roberts and you'll find me. But Smashwords does offer a few other things like swipe copy, email copy, social media copy, all that type of stuff. So it can take all the guesswork out of it for you. And the nice thing is, as you're starting to get more sales and such like that, Smashwords likes that when you do that. And they will typically serve that out to more people that are probably eager to purchase your book. So get there, start to promote your book, get it on. I'm telling you, always worth it. Let's move a little further forward here. This is actually coming from the fine folks over at Book Award Pro. Big fan of them. Big shout out to my friend Hannah Jacobson over there. And I want to specifically read what they say here so I don't get it too far off. You can receive 3 months of the Book Award Pro Essentials plan. That's a $45 value by registering for a free ticket to Unlocking the Power of Book Awards, a guide to winning recognition and boosting sales as a self-published author. This is on June 25th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's hosted by Etheline Sawyer. She's the editor and founder of Speak, Write, Play. And of course, Hannah Jacobson is going to be in attendance. She is the founder of Book Award Pro and Story Marketing Advisor. I want to tell you that I actually had to pull some strings on this one here because I was getting ready to share this deal today and apparently they sold out on tickets. They've actually extended this for my audience. Go and get your free ticket before they sell out again. Yes, I know, it's free. It's free, folks. Just go on there. And not to mention that if you want to, if you're new to Book Award Pro or have been considering going to Book Award Pro, you can get the Book Award Pro Essentials plan when you go ahead and reply to them and say, hey, I got myself registered for the Unlocking the Power of Book Awards. You'll want to contact their support and let them know. And of course, they'll hook you up with that 3 months. And tell them Dale sent you on over there because they'll appreciate that very much. There is an update coming from the fine folks over at FindaWay Voices to let you know the Voices Plus program is coming to an end. The Voices Plus program was essentially FindaWay Voices exclusivity plan. Yes, there was an exclusivity plan with FindaWay Voices, and they had extra perks that they were going to be rolling out, but nothing kind of came to fruition. And then, of course, not too long ago, Spotify acquired FindaWay Voices, so I imagine they probably were like, meh, it's probably not a big deal. If you want more details about this change, you'll want to go and review your distribution agreement. I've put a link inside the show notes as per usual, but they said essentially, unless you are participating in our Voices Share program, our exclusivity restrictions for Voices Plus titles are now lifted. We will continue to offer the benefits of Voices Plus to eligible titles for the next 90 days. So if you want to get those questions answers, you can also reach out to support at findawayvoices.com. Great piece coming from Victoria Strauss over at Writer Beware, talking about copyright contracts and an AI-generated material. Let me go ahead and give you the TLDR at this point. I think it's common knowledge, but if you don't know by now, any text-based content that you're generating through artificial intelligence is not copyrightable. And I'm not sure if that's a word. She said it inside the post, so I'm just going to go ahead and lean towards that direction. You cannot copyright something that is not human created. And they actually go down a deeper path on this one, and they even cite the source because there's a full text you can find out about it. The United States Copyright Office, talking about the copyright registration guidance, works containing material generated by artificial intelligence. So if you're the type of person that has been saying, oh, I'm just going to go and generate my own type of work through AI, good luck, because you're essentially creating something that's public domain. Now, you might be asking, you're saying, but how are they going to know that it's AI created? That's a good point. There are now systems being put in place to detect any type of AI created content. So be careful. I will bet you that it's not solid right now, but eventually that vetting system's probably going to get better. And if you've got a piece of work that's going to be sold later on, you've put a copyright, that copyright is going to vanish. It's going to disappear, and you're going to probably be in some type of hot water in some capacity. Go read Victoria's piece. Really, really good. Definitely enjoyed it. All right. Moving forward here, this is coming from Ingram Spark. Now, this is a 1-2 punch here, folks, because Ingram Spark just recently announced that they are happy to announce that you can set up hardcover books at custom trim sizes. Uploaded hardcovers can be any trim size between the minimum and maximum dimensions that they have mentioned. So this is kind of really, really cool that they are offering something that can be custom trim size, because there's some folks out there that don't like 6x9 or 5x8. Maybe they want to have something that's somewhere in between, but isn't one of their trim sizes. So that's kind of nice. Now, if you do use Ingram Spark, might I recommend, they don't have any upload fees anymore, but there is an update fee of $25 after the first 60 days of publishing your book. Now, I got you guys hooked up because I did reach out to the Ingram Spark team. This is no affiliate offer to me. I get nothing from this. This just helps you out. Use the coupon code DALE2023 for getting 2 update fees waived. So if you need to update your manuscript in some capacity, let's say you've got a new, like you found a typo and you want to upload that and update that, you can use that coupon code up to twice this year. After that, sorry, I don't have any other coverage for you. Now, this brings me over to one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Mandy Lynn. She actually has a channel called Mandy Lynn Stone Ridge Books. She put out a 20-minute video about her experience, about why she will never work with Ingram Spark again. Really fascinating view. All that to say this, I'm going to give you a very brief TLDR on this one right here. Mandy put together a pre-order. And in a lot of instances, when people do pre-orders, they'll put like a manuscript, like to hold the place. It's like a placeholder, if you will. And then before it gets to a certain time, they will go ahead and put in the final manuscript and get it set. The problem was they locked her out. They wouldn't allow her to get in, even though she had a ton of time before her pre-order was even launched or anything else like that. So the people that were going to receive her book were going to receive the incomplete manuscript, the placeholder, and it turned into an absolute nightmare for her. Now, thankfully, Mandy's got a connection over in Ingram Spark like I do, but she brought up a great concern. What about authors that don't have that direct pipeline to Ingram Spark? The customer support sometimes is questionable. And she even illustrates this because she didn't want to blow up her contact email. She was like, okay, let me rely on the support. But after a while, she kind of panicked and she's like, okay, I better go ahead and get a hold of them because this is going to become a mess. So the other option she found was their new service where they charge based on a half hour or an hour that you can speak to somebody on the phone. What? Why don't I speak to you when there's an error that you guys have created on your back end? So love me some Ingram Spark, but also there are some cons to it. And that's one of those ones. And I'm just going to say this. I'm going to put my 2 cents in. When it comes to pre-orders, I never put a placeholder ever. I don't trust a platform to distribute my actual final manuscript. When I put a placeholder in, I'm just too scared that they're going to distribute that one. So I never do a placeholder. If I do a placeholder, it will probably be the closest to a final draft as it possibly can get. I'm talking like as close as humanly possible. Let's say I'm waiting on some notes from some ARC readers. Maybe. But in most instances, I will get some notes from ARC readers. I'm like, yeah, I'll change it if it's detrimental, but otherwise. So all that to say that, go check out Mandy Lynn, subscribe to her, let her know that I sent you on over towards that direction. Drafted Digital is going to be running a D2D print walkthrough for print on demand. And this is actually, looks like it's going to be hosted by Kevin Tomlinson. Good friend of mine, repeat guest here on the channel. It will be on June the 21st. It is free to attend. I recommend, if you've not done D2D print yet, go ahead. And if you've had questions or concerns when it comes to D2D print, which there have been a lot, I know, go do that. Get yourself over into that webinar. Next one comes from the fine folks over at Fictionary. They're actually going to be doing the Fictionary Book Award, Book of the Year Award in 2023. This just isn't any old award. Oh no, the Fictionary Book of the Year Award 2023 is a celebration of you, our amazing community of writers, and your mesmerizing tales. This year, we've two categories that'll see the best unpublished young adult, middle grade, and adult novels take home the trophy. Now, in order to actually qualify for that book award, you of course need to be a Fictionary account holder and within their community. So I'm going to leave a link to that community so you can find out more details on over there and get yourself signed up. I'm not an affiliate for Fictionary. I've only just kind of now been exploring them, and everything looks really, really cool. Going a little further forward, speaking of webinars, Lulu is going to be running one on using a podcast to grow your audience and your business. This feels real meta here. I'm talking about a podcast, growth in a podcast. Join us for a conversation around starting, growing, and leveraging a podcast to create deeper relationships with your audience and community. This is going to be hosted by Team Lulu and, of course, Robbie Fitzwater, who's going to be the webinar host, probably talking a little bit more. That's on June 21st, Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Daytime. And I want to, of course, give a big shout out to my good pal, SD Houston. She's actually put together a phenomenal free, that's right, free 99, free as free can get, AuthorTube Writing Conference. I actually spoke at the AuthorTube Writing Conference last year as the keynote speaker. I had a blast. There were so many great speakers, and this year is no exception. Now, I'm not going to be speaking on this one, but I still recommend you go check it out because they are sponsored by Fictionary. What a great segue, right? Go over to authortubewritingconference.com for more details. It's actually going to be running from Friday, June 23rd to Sunday, June 25th. And the nice thing is, unlike other online conferences, you don't show up to like one location. This is like a massive YouTube collaboration. So you're going to be jumping from one video to the next. You'll get all that information on the schedule when you visit authortubewritingconference.com. And a very quick reminder and shout out here to the folks over at GetCovers. You can enter for your chance to win a GetCovers premium cover design package that's worth $35. You're going to end up getting the ebook, you're going to get the print book cover, and you're also going to get the source file. There's so much more involved in the GetCovers premium cover design package. $35. That's their top tier. I call that inexpensive. Some people will call it cheap. I don't want to say cheap because then the folks over at GetCovers are going to beat me up because they're like, our stuff's not cheap. It's inexpensive and affordable, if you will. But you can go ahead and enter for your chance to win this GetCovers premium cover design when you visit dalelinks.com/GetCovers giveaway. That's about all the news for this week. Did I miss any specific items? Was there something that you found interesting? Hit me up on over inside the Discord community over at dalelinks.com/Discord if you'd like to kind of give me some feedback or visit me on the YouTube channel. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I will catch you next week. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.